Seguimos en el Mobile World Congress, entrevistando a más empresas, trayendo a más invitados. Hay mucho movimiento, de hecho, hoy en el Congreso, así que esperamos tener una buena recepción en cuanto a empresas que nos visiten, y ustedes van a tener una tortura durante todo el Congreso de gente hablando de sus soluciones. Tenemos ahora una empresa que se llama Saguna y nos acompaña Danny Friedman, que es fundador y vicepresidente senior de tecnología de Saguna, con quien vamos a estar hablando en inglés sobre esta empresa, quiénes son y qué hacen y qué ofrecen ya mismo. Welcome to Telesemana.
Thank you.
First thing, tell us who Saguna is, because we have no idea.
Okay, I'll be happy to.
Yeah.
One of the big problems, the big issues in mobile networks today is the amount of data running over the network and in the backhaul. We know everybody's getting smartphones, iPads, laptops, and just flooding the network with data. YouTube, movies, other videos, games, music.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
And this is a big problem for the operators, because the operators need to spend a lot of money in infrastructure, but we as users are willing to pay a small amount of money for these services. So we have taken the type of solution that's been in the internet for many years, caching, and we have come out with a solution that enables placing the cache down by the base station. So content is being cached by the base station, and when users come and consume the content, it will be served from the base station and will not need to run again and again over the network.
So basically what you've done, and that's something that you're not the only company kind of suggesting that, is that content needs to be as much farther on the edges as possible.
This is
that
true.
true? So that's the farthest it can go?
Yeah, the furthest it can go is by the base station, but the caching solution that exists today for internet cannot be placed in the radio access network.
Okay.
It can only come to the core of the network, but all the backhaul going between the core and the antennas is not cached today. We are the only company that is able to place caches down by the network.
So that means that...
By the base stations.
By the base stations. So that means you need to, what, integrate something in each base station? Hardware, software, what is it?
Okay, so our solution is completely software, full software. It is integrated into existing equipment, either the base stations themselves or cell-side gateway switches which are by the base station, and software which is placed in the core of the network, inside existing GSMs or other equipment, or in an off-the-shelf server. So we bring our software, some storage needs to be placed inside these boxes, and then our complete solution enables you to cache content by the base station. So
that means that if I'm surfing YouTube with my smartphone in a base station, and then somebody else comes in and sees that same video, that video is cached on that base station?
It's cached on the base station. The traffic will not need to run again over the backhaul, and you as a user will get much better user experience, because we know today that when you surf on your phone, the YouTube takes a lot of time to go down, and then it starts getting stuck. With us it will be flat and much quicker.
Okay, now tell us if you've done any implementations of this solution, if this, how new is this, and if you've done any trials with any operators.
Okay, so we're quite a young company, 2.5 years, but we already have trials with a very big operator in the UK.
Okay.
And with several equipment vendors we're working, and we're moving on to work with additional equipment vendors to integrate our solution into their equipment, and with additional operators.
Okay. Can you mention the manufacturers that you've been testing your solution, so our audience knows that your solution works with Alcatel-Lucent or Nokia Siemens or Huawei or whoever?
Our software is very flexible, so we can run inside a virtual machine or can be connected to any type of equipment. It's not specific for any equipment. When we do not it does not matter what type of hardware is inside this equipment, so we can work with anybody. So it's just a matter of integration, of short integration. We can work with any type of equipment.
Okay, discussing integration. If an operator says, okay, I want to, cover the downtown area of my city, which is where I have the congestion or where I really need to have some, this kind of solution. Typical time to integrate your solution and have it working. How much it would be? What would be the minimum and what would be the maximum?
Okay, the first step will be to integrate our software inside the equipment, the specific equipment. Yeah. And this is probably a process of several months, to completely work with this equipment. But once this is integrated into the equipment, so it will be part of the regular installment of this equipment inside the network.
And you have to go base station by base station?
First of all, it doesn't have to be integrated into every base station. It will only be integrated into base stations which have congestion, which is approximately 30% of the base stations, the ones inside the cities where most people are watching. And yes, it will be a software upgrade inside the base stations by the integrator himself.
Okay. All right. Well, Danny, thank you so much for showing us your solution. And,
thank you very much.
Hopefully we can hear about a commercial implementation very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nosotros nos vamos y regresamos en 5 minutos.